I thought I'd just go ahead and leave that final clip in there for you guys. A lot of you were asking to hear the original sound, the new sound and mix of Battlefield 4, so I thought I'd just put that in the start with no music and just let you hear how cool Battlefield 4 is sounding. Now this week has been a pretty exciting week for Battlefield 4. We have been given a whole bunch of brand new information, so I thought I'd try and gather as much of that information together as possible and put it into one place and one video for you guys. So let's jump in. Today DICE released some new details on the multiplayer, one of the most exciting being that you can now stab enemy players whilst you're in the water. This adds to the information that we already knew, that you can use single-handed weapons like pistols when you are swimming. So all of these new water features do add some pretty exciting new aspects to the game. Earlier this week on a Russian Battlefield forum, a DICE developer did say a little bit too much and did leak and confirm that there will be dynamic weather in Battlefield 4. Now unfortunately all of this information was in Russian, as it was on a Russian forum, and it was deleted pretty quickly. But it was translated beforehand, and it does say that we will be seeing dynamic weather in Battlefield 4. Now this is something we have been speculating on and hoping for quite some time, and it could bring a new level of variety and diversity to the game. 1 minute you could be playing in bright sunshine with clear lines of sight, and all of a sudden the rain clouds could roll in, the map could get very dark, and that could even affect the type of sights and weapons you have to use during the game. Personally, I think adding a weather system to the game is really going to enhance the gameplay, and it could even heighten the sense of realism in the game, and it will also really enhance the longevity of the game. Being able to play the same maps over and over again in different weather styles is really going to make the game feel fresh. This week we're also showing 2 brand new images of Battlefield 4, both with their own snippet of information. The first that you can see here shows some of the new Chinese vehicles on aircraft. Of course, with a brand new faction comes brand new vehicles. The first being the Type 99 MBT tank, the second the ZFB-05 armoured car, then the Z9 transport helicopter, and finally the D-15 attack boat. Now with this second image that was put up on the Battlefield Tumblr, we have been told a redesigned remote control mortar will allow support players to give indirect fire support while staying with the squad. So this sounds to me as if players no longer need to keep their mortar manned, but instead can set their mortar up and then continue pushing up the fight with the rest of their squad. And then, using their mini-map or even their iPad with the battle screen, can then designate mortars to fall on certain locations. In other news, we have been told by DICE and EA that we will be seeing a brand new map and game mode at gamescom in Cologne later this month. Now hopefully this new game mode might shed some light on the 3 game mode names we did see leaked in the code for the Battlefield 4 Alpha, including Playground, Elimination and Obliteration. So maybe this new game mode could be one of these. Now regarding the new map, this could be the snow map that we did see a sneak peek of during the battle screen video. As you can see in this image here, as they were showing how battle screen works on your iPad or tablet, you could see a glimpse of one of the new maps in the game. As you can see, it looks like a very linear snow map. Does look like a capture the flag kind of rush style map. Not a big wide open area as you do see with Siege of Shanghai. Very narrow, so probably good for, like I said, a rush game. So maybe this won't be the same map they're going to be showing, because obviously if they're going to be showing a new game mode, we already know of rush and capture the flag, so possibly it could be a whole new map altogether. Excitingly, we have finally been told that we are going to be seeing some jet gameplay at the Gamescom event. We are going to be seeing the new J-20 stealth fighter in action. Now this is a Chinese jet, you can see it on the screen here, and so far for Battlefield 4 we have seen pretty much nothing of any jet action, so everyone is pretty excited to see not only what the jets in Battlefield 4 have to offer, but also what the Chinese jets, the new faction in the game, have to offer as well. This week we've also been told by a DICE developer on a German blog that we will be seeing more details of Battlefield 4 Premium at Gamescom next week. Not only that, we have now been confirmed that Premium will be coming out with the release of Battlefield 4. So unlike Battlefield 3, we're not going to see a delay between the release of the game and then the release of Premium. You will have access to the Premium content as soon as Battlefield 4 drops. Now some great news for console players. It was confirmed on Wednesday, in time with the release of the Call of Duty Ghost trailer, that console players who buy Battlefield 4 on PlayStation 3 or Xbox 360 will be able to carry over their online progression if they buy a PlayStation 4 or an Xbox One. So if you get to level 35, for example, on PlayStation 3 and then buy Battlefield 4 for the next-gen PlayStation 4, you will be able to continue from level 35 where you left off. Now earlier this month, in an interview with Patrick Bark, one of the lead designers on Battlefield 4, he did explain that we will be seeing dynamic factions in the game. Now this means when you're playing certain maps and certain game modes, it won't always be the same orientation for certain factions. For example, in Battlefield 3, it's always the Americans who are attacking and the Russians who are defending. So now it's down to the server who can choose which side is attacking, which side is defending, and which side is taking part in the game. Of course, with 3 factions to choose from, there can now be a rotation. So one time you may play a map with the Russians versus the Americans, and then the next time you play it could be the Russians versus the Chinese, or the Chinese versus Americans, with either team doing the defending or the attacking. So once again it looks like we're getting new aspects put into the game to improve variety and diversity. Now with the Battlefield 4 beta only possibly weeks away, of course we have no confirmed date for it yet, I do have a lot of people asking me how they can get themselves into the early access beta. Well, one of the easiest ways is to own Battlefield 3 Premium, and I can get you 25% discount off that right now at digikeys.co.uk if you use the promo code Musketeer. All the information and links are in the description below. So go ahead, grab yourself Premium and get yourself access to Battlefield 4 Beta before anybody else. But that's all I have for you guys today, but if you are going to gamescom, you may enjoy the little trailer I have at the end of this video for you guys. And if you did enjoy the news and information in this video, please give me a like and a comment below, it does help me out a lot. But in the meantime guys, thank you for watching, and I will see you soon.